We've only got 2 or 3 minutes left, so I'll just make 2 or 3 important points. As you know, Parliament's delegation for relations with the Palestinian Legislative Authority visited Palestine last week. The goal was to have contacts with the government of the Palestinians and the people on the West Bank, but we went to Gaza, wanted to go to Gaza, to talk to elected representatives of the Palestinian people, including members of Hamas who are stuck in Gaza and unable to leave. Unfortunately, we were not allowed by the Israeli authorities to go to Gaza. That's the first time in 5 years that I've been travelling to Palestine that this happened, because they were annoyed, I think, by the conclusions of the Foreign Affairs Council, which were issued when we were already there on the West Bank. These conclusions talk clearly about a two-state solution. To say the state of Israel on one side and the state to be created by the Palestinians on the others. It has to be democratic, as it says in English.
Contiguous, viable, and with East Jerusalem as its capital.
My conclusion is that such a state cannot be set up, even if everybody agreed to it, because it could be democratic. It could, however, not be contiguous, since the Israelis are continuing to extend the wall of shame on the West Bank, nor can it be viable since there is no space in which a state can be created. The West Bank is split among various colonies that the Israelis have placed there. There are 500,000 Israelis living there, apart from the East Jerusalem, where again there have been Jewish colonies placed, the aim of which is to force these Palestinians to leave East Jerusalem. We've got the so-called outposts as well, placed inside Arab communities in Jerusalem. So even Jerusalem, it's difficult to see how it could be made the capital of a viable Palestinian state. As to what can be done, I think that the EU and the international community as a whole, the United States, need to change their Israel policy. We can't allow Israel to continue to behave in the way it's doing. The United States, on the one hand, need to have some kind of embargo, as a weapons embargo, for example, as was talked about in the past, and under the association agreement which the EU has with Israel, we need to try to oblige Israel to change their position. That's our position in the GUE, that on the one hand, we welcome the conclusions of the foreign ministers, which talk about two states and having Jerusalem and the 67 borders, but we are also disappointed by the Israeli response, and we condemn their actions against the Palestinian people.